friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look how absolutely incredible these Spider-Man 60 years of amazing Spider-Man action figures look. They look absolutely incredible. Look at that. We have 7 figures here. This Venom and Knull are even bigger than you would think that they are. And so I'm so excited to get these open so we can take a look at them. You're not going to want to miss this. We want to jump right on into this video. But guys, before we get started, if you've not already subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell next to be notified every time we have a new video come up. Talk to us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think of these incredible, amazing Spider-Man action figures. And give us a big thumbs up. Share this video with anybody you think would enjoy it. And yeah, what do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
Folks, this video was brought to you by Vince.
Stay tuned.
What is up, Vincent Gigi?
Vincent Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
So tight.
Vincent Gigi from Super Channel G.
Channel G.
Vincent Gigi on Super Channel G.
How you doing there, Gigi?
So nice to meet you, Gigi.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel
God, is this great?
Alrighty friends, so I'm so excited to finally open these incredible Marvel Legends series Spider-Man action figures. This is the Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years series, and they look absolutely incredible. And here we have the amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, Spinneret, Marvel's Knull, Venom, the amazing Marvel Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. We have Iron Spider and Future Foundation Spider-Man, which is the stealth suit. They all look absolutely incredible. They look so great, and I want to just can't wait to get them open. I am a little weirded out because this is the first time we are opening Marvel Legends that have no window. I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that the figure that's supposed to be in here is in here. And let me say, when I go shopping for Marvel Legends figures, it's extremely important for me to compare. Like if there's 3 Spider-Man figures, I want to compare the head sculpt, make sure the eyes aren't off on other figures, and I can't do that with these. So there's a level of nervousness but excitement in this. As long as someone didn't swap out the figure and then tape it back up, I'll be good. But in any event, let's get these open. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures to open, and no Build-A-Figure. But which one do you want to do first? I'm excited about doing these two, so maybe we'll do these two first, or Marvel Spinneret with Spider-Man, and I don't know. You let me know. And let's would it be too much to start off with Venom right away? You know what? We'll do Venom second. Let's open this incredible set right here. Let's move all of this aside. And I know you're just as excited as I am. So here we are. Give me just a second to get everything set up right here. Alright friends, well, I am absolutely excited to finally get this Spider-Man and Marvel Spinneret 2-pack open. Look at this, the amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. And looks awesome. These two look great. Look at this beautiful package that we have here. Look at this gorgeous artwork. And again, I'm hoping that's who is in this 2-pack, because there's no window anymore and it makes me a little nervous. So I did get this at a local comic book store specialty shop, so hopefully this package will not have been messed with. This beautiful Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years logo, and yep, so what happened to the write-up? where is the write-up on this action figure? There is none. So we're just gonna have to pretend and be like, Marvel Legends series Spider-Man. And no, I couldn't think of anything good enough that merited like saying right here. But all right. So the accessories look great. I wonder if they're just gonna be in little like tissue paper. Let's get it open. Let's find out. What do you say? Okay, here we go, and here goes nothing. Does not appear to have been tampered with, which is a great thing. And here we go. I have no idea what this is actually gonna look like inside because I have not seen this yet. Uh-oh. Don't like the sound of tearing. What in the world? Okay, so clearly this is Spider-Man. And let's get this open. Guess I'm gonna toss this little in there. And, oh, this little tissue bag of Marvel Legends goodness. That's it? We just toss it in that little bag. Hopefully, let me make sure it's not cross-eyed here. Okay, I think we lucked out. Here are the hands that we have, and just loose in a little tissue like that. I'm not excited about that, but clearly these right here will go well together because it's the exact same hand mirror image. We have one fist, one web shooting hand, and I'm assuming our Spider-Man will have the other fist and the other web shooting hand. So let's get him out of this little kayak. And okay, this is very new to me. Whoa! Let's get this Spider-Man on out of here. Plenty of ASMR. And okay, and there we have it. There is the other web shooting hand. Oh no, his pinky's been a little... Wow, that is some soft plastic. And there's the other fist. So, okay. Oh my gosh, look at this. What is this? The return. I didn't even notice that on the box. Return of the Toy Biz toe articulation. But okay. I didn't know this was going to have all that. So, you know what? Who cares about Spinneret right now? Let's look at this Spider-Man. And zoom in. Look at this head sculpt. I am very satisfied with that paint application there. Let's see how far back the head goes. It goes pretty far down and pretty decently far back. Look. Oh. Oh, well, I thought it was going to go further, but it doesn't stay. But looks like we can look. We can pivot pretty well. That looks cool. And obviously we can turn all the way around, but interesting. So we probably have like a peg and a ball joint that both work together. So we have this butterfly joint here. I'm excited about that. Oop. Oh, be careful how you move it. There we go. Okay, so we got great shoulder action. Shoulders go all the way around. And be careful because so many joints, plastic joints all in one place. I thought this would come a little further back. It doesn't, but that's okay. At least we get to go a little bit more forward and backward. Turns right here at the high part of the bicep, just above the bicep. And this looks like a chunkier joint actually, which is pretty good. Look at that. We have double joints in the elbows. All of these joints feel pretty good. Too bad we can't bring it in further, but still, this is even better. Like it's even tighter than a 45-degree angle. I guess because it's settled in there, it'd be nice to have the fingers relax where they're supposed to. But nonetheless, that looks great because we can definitely let him fire off his web. Look at that. And we have both an ab crunch and an additional turn and pivot right here just at the rib cage, so we don't have we don't turn here at the waist, but I'm interested to see, like, whoa, that's a Batman versus Bane move right there. But Ab Crunch didn't seem to bring it in so, you know, amazingly forward, but, you know, I am open to see how that works. I do like the colors, the paint, and that looks good. I'm definitely digging this little toe movement here. I'm sorry, well, I don't know why I keep going out of focus here. And we have ankle joints. We have a pretty good point and flex. We do move right here at the shin. I don't like that. I've never liked that, but we have it. And we have double joints here at the knees. That looks great. And it turns right here on the high part of the thigh. I do love that the legs come in pretty well. Look at that. So this is well beyond a 90-degree angle. So we can probably have some really incredible Spider-Man poses. I love the way the spider logo looks. This one too. This is a beautiful looking action figure. We can probably even get like some sick looking poses with this Spider-Man. But especially ones where he's like jumping in midair. And I'm excited about doing so, but wow, does he ever have great amazing articulation like this. So this Spider-Man looks absolutely outstanding. Let me see if I can get him in. Let's see, do we want the same pose, or do we want like one from like the comic books? And this is already different hands to begin with. So let me see. Maybe we don't want him shooting web this time. Maybe we want him to use these. It would be like crawling off a wall. Maybe, maybe not. But let's see how that looks. All you gotta do is hold here and then twist and pull. There you go. And oh, maybe I didn't mention, but the wrists, they go back and forward and then spin, so that's great. But you do need to push in and give support so it doesn't crack the little peg off. If it cracks off in there, you will not be a happy camper. So I'm like, what if we had him breakdancing? It's like, but okay, give me a second. Okay, cool. So I'm like, maybe I don't want that hand. Maybe I want this one. And that way you can have Spidey. Kind of like, I wish the ab crunch came in even further. Look at that. And so I am absolutely happy with that pose. We can even have him like coming from a different angle, jumping up, and so maybe we can have him kind of coming from the ceiling. We can do all sorts of, and these joints, let me tell you, they feel great. So let's get him in an action hero stand and figure out how we're gonna want him also. So see if you can look at that. That'll work for me. I'm like, that'll work. Happy enough with that. Look at that. Just turn his leg in a bit. Let's move this, and then of course we have this Peter Parker head, which I do like. So let's move this over here. Let's put these here in this little baggie. Not loving the little baggy life now, but let's roll that up. Same thing here, at least for now. And let's move on to Spinneret. Very cool. Let's put Spider-Man over here. That looks good. And Spinneret. Let's see what we got in here. Mary Jane Watson, come on. Oh! Look, she's like, She's like, thinking with these, like, posed. That'll work. And let's open this side of our little kayak up, double kayak. Pull this out right here. Get Mary Jane Watson out. Like, okay. Set this aside. Set that aside. And let's see what kind of accessories we have here. Okay. We do have both of those open hands, just like the other one. We have the other fist and the other web shooting hands here. And you know what? It's probably gonna, I don't want this to be all washed out, so that still looks good. Let's see. It's a pretty good head sculpt. Pretty good paint job. I do like the hair like that. Wow! Look at these little curls right here. So this is cool. And actually, really like this Mary Jane Watson head right here with just the long, flowing red locks. That's cool. So maybe we can swap that out and see how it looks. You can just twist and pull. Oh, this one has a different joint peg right here for the head. You can see how far that moves right here in a moment. But wow, it's a great looking head sculpt right there. That's pretty outstanding. Actually, love that. Let's put this head back on. Let's see how far back. Oh my gosh, that's what we wanted with Spider-Man. Why couldn't we have a neck like this? Look how far down. Jeez. Now that is head articulation. Look at that. And we can definitely tilt and pivot. The shoulders go all the way around. It kind of clicks, it moves. Too bad it couldn't move this higher, but still that's good. Moves in the high part of the bicep. This is built a little more solid than in previous years. As far as these female arms, I like that the double joint brings that arm that far in. That's exciting. Look how well those come in. Let's see her suit. I'm definitely digging the paint. The red and the white complement each other well. Look at that suit. I'm sorry, the symbol in the back of the suit. What I meant to say. And we have two pegs. I'm like, am I missing something? Because I know that we can probably enter one here so we can have on a stand, but what's the other one for? Am I missing something? So anyway, we can turn right here at the ribs, and it goes this far back, this far forward, and you turn there, which I'm not a huge fan of it turning there because it kind of misaligns with this paint, but still cool that we can turn. The legs come far enough forward for me, so I'm excited about that. We don't have that little toe joint, but we do have good ankle and feet joints right here, so that's cool. And there's little skirts for the ankles. This little soft plastic, look at that. And they're not glued on, they're just, I guess, put on over that joint. We do have great double joints right here at the knees. These are a little softer than the Spider-Man ones, but they do move well. Look at that. So all in all, this figure looks great. And how do we have her on the picture? We have her just not with a dynamic pose, just kind of like leaning, ready to punch somebody. I don't know if I want that pose. I think I want something a lot more dynamic. Definitely some long legs. So that's cool. Let's see if we can get her to stand with this, because it's a pretty crazy looking pose. Give me a second. And you know what? Again, I think I want different hands. We do move at the wrist again. And I want both hands open. Make sure that you support the wrists. And that's kind of cool. And there we go. Look at that. We have her ready to attack. I'm ready to jump and climb a wall. I'm digging it. Look at that. It's great. Okay. Let's bring her on over here. And let's put this in the box. I think that looks pretty great. Oop, let's not forget about these accessories. Meanwhile, let's see how incredible these look. Wow. Okay. I'm absolutely excited about this. And move these, put them in a little bag. There we go. And let's, I'm confusing everything. Let's move on to our next set. Alright, and next we're gonna do this King in Black 2 set right here. It's 2-pack. And it's gonna be of Marvel's Knull and Venom. And Venom's got wings here. Winged Venom. And man, does that look absolutely incredible. Look at that. I'm digging that this looks like it's probably the Venom mold from the movie, and then just has the comic book paint. So that looks great. 60 years. And again, so disappointed there's no write-up back here. But look how outstanding that looks. We get, what is this, the Necro Sword? Not 100% sure, maybe you can let me know in the comments, but it looks outstanding. And this other head sculpt here looks great. So we have 2 accessories there. And then over here we have Venom, the big smiling teeth, and then this awesome one with the tongue coming out. And look at these outstanding wings that we got here. So I'm digging that we have these little toey feet instead of just the normal, what looks like a boot. So that looks outstanding. And look at this beautiful artwork here. Let's move up here. Can't really see it, so let me move up. Man, does that look incredible. Oop, sorry. Look at that. Alright, this one's heavy. So let's get this open. What do you say? Again, I hope it's in here, because I will be sad if it's not. But we're 1 for 1 at least. Come on. Ooh, there's more tape up here. Got me on that one. There we go. Okay, wow. We already have 1 accessory just popping out. And I guess if the tape tore, this would just fall right out of the whole package. But man, look how this looks. I thought this red stuff was gonna be able to come off or like slide right on. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good. Very cool. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm like, could. I wish it was that red where it's almost like more see-through, because it's like darker like blood. But anyway, I think just because I was expecting it to look like that. Now, let's see what is in here. Wow. Okay. These clearly have to be wings. Let's just open it as we... Holy moly. These are massive. Okay, I don't want to get crazy and be like, okay, they just go like this, but I'm pretty sure it does. Same thing here. Ah! Oh well, just pulled even harder. Okay, and then this one will go here, and they go... I'm pretty certain that that's how they go. And because of that, we may as well pull out our Venom figure right now. Look at this other head that it comes with right here. Oh wow, okay. I had a lapse there for a moment. Didn't remember that we're gonna have... Man, these are huge fists. Look at this. And then look at this head right here. That looks great. I'm not super happy that there's holes in the teeth right there. And oh my gosh, look at that quick little just patch job of paint for the part that aren't white. Parts that aren't white right there. But anyway, that looks a little rushed, but overall great sculpt, so maybe we could just customize that. I don't want those fists, so let's slide him out of here. Oh my gosh, this looks gorgeous. Now this is a Venom. Okay, the head moves this far back, this far forward. This definitely has more of Toy Biz vibes. Look at that head. Look at that tongue. Wow. Soft, bendy plastic. The head does not move terribly far back and forward, but does move like that. Tilts a little bit, moves around. The arms have a thick, chunky feel. They move this far up, which is essentially 90-degree angle. They will turn all the way around. They kind of click as they go. Got a strong, chunky joint here above the bicep. Look at that. We have double joints here at the elbow. It comes in more than a 45 degree. Wow, almost all the way back in. Look at that. We have great joints right here at the wrist. You gotta push in to make sure it loosens up, but otherwise it turns well. Soft fingers right here, but still strong enough. Almost a mirror image here for this arm. And look at that. Strong looking figure. We do have an ab crunch. Man, and it comes really far forward. Look at that. I'm assuming really far back. Be careful, I just pinched myself literally right here. And that's pretty far back. That looks great. And that looks sick. And then the legs come at least, oh, a little bit more than a 90-degree angle forward. That's awesome. We have great chunky double joints at the knees, and this holds really well. There's no play whatsoever. Look, so that is great. We have it can turn right here. Got some articulation in the top part of the thigh. This one ended up loosening up a little more than I would have liked, but still feels good. And then we have a great point and flex here, and a nice little tilt right there on the foot. Too bad we don't have another joint right there on the toes. That would go as a nice theme with the Spider-Man. But let's put him right next to Spider-Man. You can see how big he is. So he's behind the leg, and he is massive. Massive. I was like, I thought I had my measuring tape here. Ooh, I guess I do. Ha! Who'da thunk? And this Venom is almost 8 inches tall. Not quite, but almost. That's tall. can set this aside right here. Let's go ahead and put the wings on our Venom. Then we'll figure out what pose we want. So, looks like, was there instruction in that little book that was there? The little insert? Maybe, maybe not. Definitely not. I guess they're like, yeah, you'll figure it out. So, I guess we will. We'll just pop this on here. Okay. And then we'll pop this on in here. I guess till we hear a click. I'm not hearing no click, so we'll twist and twist and twist until it feels solid, I guess. Huh. Doesn't feel solid, but we'll see if the other one clicks before I make any major changes. Okay. So, let's put this one on in here. I'm like, oops, what am I doing? I'm going crazy. There we go. Okay, that looks great. Let's do the same thing here. Supposed to hear a click, I'm assuming. Well, didn't. But nonetheless, if I was supposed to keep going, feel free to let me know. Because yeah, look, they just both popped out. I would, again, I know it's an assumption, but I'm assuming it's supposed to go all the way back to that click right there. So, let's push in harder. Let's see if I can use this to aid the push. I'm like, I don't want to break his head off, so be careful. You know what? Great point to make. Let me pop that off before I'm cracking his head off. Oh. Just let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Well, I guess I'll see what anybody else did to attach these wings. Maybe they don't go that far in, but maybe they do. So let's try this one last time. And it feels pretty good, but then they're gonna pop right out. Okay, so let's move on from that already. Let's get him to stand. Let's put his head back. Of course. Let's put his head back on. It looks pretty wicked. Looks really metal, actually. Let's get this going. Let's give him a stronger power stance. And let's set him up back here. Wow, that's pretty wicked. I'm like, bring his foot forward, and I think that's gonna work. Looks pretty crazy. Look at that. We'll adjust his pose just a little bit, but otherwise looks great. Him standing is being assisted by that back panel, but nonetheless he's still gonna stand pretty well, and we have some stands, action figure stands that we could use, but don't need to right now. So we'll go ahead and remain pleased with that, and let's get to the other figure, which is Marvel's Knull. Let me go ahead and move the scissors here. Let's get him out of this package. And oh my gosh, this dude's massive as well. Let's see this little accessory here. This should be what, his other head. Oops, wasn't trying to turn, but wow, that looks pretty crazy. Those eyes look a little freaky. go. That's pretty cool. Put that back in there. And this guy is tall. Absolutely tall. Look at that. Those teeth. My goodness. This is a cool head sculpt. Look at the hair. It's flowy. This looks outstanding. I mean, go ahead and move this out of here. Put this back in the package. Oh no, losing everything. This is dangerous as far as losing pieces because it's just tossed loosely in there. I'm probably gonna need to put a little plastic baggie, honestly, instead. Just being honest. So let's look at this figure, and this figure is, let's see how tall he is. He is over 8 feet. So he's taller than the Venom figure? I was not counting on that. Holy moly. Okay. Look at this incredible armor. But this is attached where? Where is this attached to? Okay. If you look closely, that's where it's attached. Cut from under there, so that means, oh, okay. So to the top of the shoulder, so it'll move with it. So that's good. We move that around. The arm will come out to less than a 90-degree angle, but still comes out decent considering we have to be mindful of that armor. He does have an ab crunch, which is pretty strong. We have this soft vinyl right here. I love this symbol. The way it looks, it does go pretty far back and forward, but it is restricted there. He's got his belt and his little man skirt. This is softer plastic, but his legs are able to move a little bit better than you might think because it is open right here on the sides. That allows a little bit more articulation and mobility. It does turn right here on the top part of the thigh. We have double joints on the legs to allow that, and it's kind of smooth. Same thing here for this one. And we point and flex pretty well and pivot with the feet, so obviously these are supposed to be boots. So I don't know about it being flat. Maybe we needed at least some sort of like boot heel. But otherwise, this figure looks pretty great. As far as the elbows, we have double joints here, which bring in the arms pretty well, about a 45-degree angle. His terrifying claws here for hands. His wrists. Oh, this one has one of those side ones, look. And turns here. And this one has the back and forth version with the open claw hand right here. And the double joints here on the elbow. Wow, that one looks like even more than a 45-degree angle. And let's see about his sword. That looks crazy. Okay, let's put this right in here. And that looks pretty sick. We don't want his arm all choked up like that with his sword. Again, let me just look it up. Make sure that I'm not calling it the wrong thing, but I could have sworn it was the Necro sword. But let's be correct before we just keep calling it that and then be like, oops, wrong-o. And let's Google that. What is Knull's sword called? Necro sword. It is. Primarily taking the form of a sword made from living darkness, all black, was wielded by Knull during the Dark Gods. Okay, cool. Alright, at least we got our answer. And let's turn him this way. Let's give him a strong power stance. And he doesn't need to be like crouching and kneeling and so on. He needs to be like we can have crazy stuff to do and say. that. So it looks simple, but, and it is. And he fell over when I was trying to take a look here. But that's the kind of strong power stance that he needs. Not something that's like crouching and crawling on the ground, because he's way too powerful to be doing all that. Uh-oh. Looks like I got kind of a gap here, which is why he's falling, because it's either forward or back. So do we want his hand doing that? Go and we'll lean this just a smidge more. There we go. Let's turn him, I guess, a bit. Well, I guess it depends on the angle, because look, if we're here, it looks pretty sick. Look at that. I guess we'll turn him a little bit. Yeah, that looks wicked. All right. Well, we have 3 other Spider-Man figures to go. What do you say we go ahead and get those opened? All right, cool. You know, I was gonna do the other Spider-Man, but I'm like, let's do Iron Spider. And look how great he looks. There's no write-ups on any of these? Come on. You're disappointing me here, Hasbro. But these accessories look good for these spider legs. And you know what? I didn't remember that there in the comic there was where he had 3 of the spider legs instead of 4, which doesn't really make sense. It may look cool from some drawings, but 4 I would think is still way to go. But anyway, we'll move on. But we have 2 web shooting looking hands here. And look at this great suit. Looks absolutely just phenomenal. Look at this beautiful artwork. And look at this action shot here of him straight up cold chilling there on the side. But let's get him out of there. Let's see what he looks like. Let's hope and pray that that he's in there, since we can't see. And cross your fingers. This looks like a pretty new box. Doesn't look like there'd be any issues finding him in here. Oh, look. We do have an additional piece of tape. And here we go. Slide him on out. Still not used to this, but here we are. We have no additional head sculpt. We have additional hands. We have both 2 additional hands, and they are the web shooting hands. They look pretty cool. I like how they're a little shiny. Let's get him out from here. Still getting used to this. Ah! Let me set that aside because that is not our focus right now. I'm like, where are the... Okay, they're in here. Thank goodness, because I started to panic a second ago. There we go. I'm like, where are those? Okay. Phew. Put that in there. Let's set that aside. And let's get our Iron Spider on out here. Wow, he looks great. Look at this. Wow. Looks incredible. This is a cool pose. I like the way they have the body pose and all that there. And this may be even more cool. So maybe we keep the fist in this one and do this pose instead. You know, this is cool. Cooler. So let me just put this on back real quick. If not, I'll get lazy and not do it later. Put this behind that and... Alright. Never mind, do it later. Put these in here, because I'm not going to need these. And I'll lose them. Again, probably I'm just going to get a little Ziploc baggie, a little tiny one. So I can see and not forget, not lose those. And these, okay, let's see. Do they have? Okay, good. Well, they have 2 joints. So here would be 1, I guess technically 2, and then 3. And they should, I would think they're all the same. Definitely looks it. And this one is, I don't think it's bent on purpose. I think it's bent on accident, but anyway, look how cool this figure is. Let's go ahead and come a little closer. Look how sweet it looks. It goes all the way around. Wow, okay. And oh my goodness, got that Iron Man type neck right there. And then down like that, and then pivots. So this looks absolutely great. I love how it's metallic also. There we go. The arms, too bad they don't come more than a 90-degree angle, but still, that's cool. They have this butterfly joint that really doesn't do much. That doesn't do more than that, but anyway. Okay, well we can, if we have it facing that, the shoulder facing that way, we can bring the arms further in that way. And then I would think perhaps further out this way. So yes, that is true. Cool. We can move up here above the bicep. Oh, that was a little too easy to move the elbow in, but it looks good. We have the joints in the wrists that turn pretty well. It's a pretty smooth figure. We have a outstanding ab crunch. We do turn here at the waist. And we have different colored plastics here. You can, I don't know if you can tell here, but this one's more of a maroon, this one's more of a red. It's subtle, but you can tell. Okay, the legs come up pretty well. A little beyond 90-degree angle, but just barely. And then we have our double joints. These are nice and tight right here. It looks like the knee is a darker color like this part of the body. Again, it's subtle, but you can see it. And then, wow, it turns here. That's kind of weird. And we can point and flex pretty well and pivot the ankle, so that's great. This is a great looking mold right here for this figure. And let's see how we can get that pose, right? So we don't want to just bend the knee and it look awkward like that. We want it to kind of bend equally on both. Like that. So we will bring this back like this, bring the leg out and bend the knee. Let's see if we can turn him like this. How's that? Well, this is a little different than the picture, because on this one we are, but maybe we'll bring it all the way like the picture. Move his head down like that. And there we go. And that should be pretty close. I guess this is the angle that it's at. Bring that down like that. I guess it should be a little higher. And that looks pretty great. I guess it would be like this. Bring the head up a little. Bring this in just a little bit. And one of these would be up. Let's twist these till they click in there. There we go. And bring this down right up over here. Okay. We're gonna bring this one down here. Oops. Twist until you get desired outcome, but make sure you support it. Oh! Otherwise it'll pop out. There we go. And then other one, kind of same thing. Let's bring this down here. It doesn't quite look like the picture. And I know I could be doing something wrong, but let's see. Still looks pretty cool. Let's bring that this one even further down. I'm like, there we go. And I guess this is how we're looking. And I don't know, it's pretty close. I will say that, so it's definitely satisfying. Let's put Knull back over here. Okay, we can probably get our Iron Spider. Do we want Iron Spidey right here in the front? Is it too distracting? I guess we'll find out at the end once we have everybody up here, because we definitely still want him kind of tight in, and he feels a good little gap right here. So that's cool. It is cool. All right, let's move on and see our other two figures. That's pretty tight right there, actually. Okay, I'm very happy. Okay, let's move on to our other two figures. And I guess they're the last two figures. Man, that looks great right there. Let me take a picture of that. All right. Whoop, that looks good. So, what a great opportunity to move on to Future Foundation Spider-Man stealth suit. This looks outstanding. Look at that. I'm afraid to just take a look that there's no right up in the back. This beautiful artwork. And there we go. Yeah, that's a pretty cool pose. So we have two things of web. I never really cared for these. They're like that soft, you know, little rubbery plastic. We have another set, like a pair of these and a pair of those hands. And let's hope he's inside. Again, these boxes are pristine basically. They're in great shape. So doesn't look like there's any double taping on them, and I'm pretty confident it'll be in there, but you never know. So pull this out. Here's where we have, I'm assuming, our little webs. Oh, they're at least clear this time. They've always been white. So it's kind of cool, kind of interesting that they're clear versus white. But he's definitely not using them in this pose, and definitely not using them in this pose, so we're not going to use them either. Toss those back in. And here we go. Take a look at these hands. That looks pretty cool. Sorry, wasn't even paying attention if I was out of focus. I was too busy looking at the actual thing, so I don't want to drop them, so forgive me, guys. Just give you an extra moment to look at that. The Spider-Man figure's already set up. Okay, so I don't drop any of them again. Let's see how this looks. It's definitely like taking something out of a sack lunch. Put that back in. Put this over here and whatever. Put that on there. Oop, and include that. And look at this stealth suit, Spider-Man. It's pretty outstanding. Wow, that looks cool. I like the design. Now, obviously, you're probably a little more familiar with this body, even though it looks like it's a little different. I don't know about the legs, but anyway. Paint's a little rush right here. Got some overspray. This one is not quite flush exactly. There's some that is here, and then it definitely is not here. But anyway, I'll try and get over that. I like the way the spider symbol looks. Looks like his elbow joints aren't so sturdy. It's kind of soft and gummy there. Great head articulation, look at that. We can pivot a little bit, we can turn. So I'm excited about that. We do have butterfly joints, so I like that we can move it more than we did before. Great, wow, this one comes even further back, look at that. So that's outstanding. Come at me, bro. And then we have a pretty decent ab crunch here. We turn at the waist. The legs come. They move well forward. We have some decent knee joints here. Not as gummy as the elbows. We do have this high shin joint, which I'll probably just glue. I don't like that to move. And look at this. Some great articulation here at the ankles. And so all in all, this is a great looking figure, the stealth suit. Great mold. And I'm like, what was that magic pose again? Okay. And because of the picture, I didn't really notice right off the bat that there was so much white, because look at this one, you couldn't even see the white, really it's just on the edge and I hadn't paid attention. So, let's see if we can get him doing that. With this leg coming up like this, he's turning like that. Looking up like this. Bend the and the wrists do turn and move back and forth like that. You can move this down, and so I'm like, it's not quite turning out how I'd hoped, like that picture. Does look a little different in that picture, and it's kind of like that, but don't know if I love this. So, didn't quite move exactly like the picture, and I definitely, the one in the front is just too plain. So let me see. Wow. Okay, let me see if I can get him to stand. Give me a second. Okay, modified it just enough so that it would still stand well and still has vibes of that suggested pose. So I'm digging this. I can put him right over here. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is he leaning back now? Thought we already fixed all that. Oh, because he's slowly starting to lean further back. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for a second. Nope, it's not working. Interesting. That should work. Okay, cool. Look at that. Like, holy moly. Maybe we even turn him even just a little bit more. Yes! Now we're talking. That looks wonderful. Look at that. Okay, great. We have one more Spider-Man 60 years action figure. Man, even that looks amazing too. Okay, and last Spider-Man in this set, we have Marvel Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Look how great this looks. Last one. None of these had Build-A-Figure pieces. They're all celebrating Spider-Man's 60 amazing years. And none of them had write-ups either. So, in any event, Look how great this looks. I do like this pose. Look at him right here from the cover. And that artwork. And yep, this looks wonderful. I'm like, is this even like a picture, or is this like a computer rendering like they've been doing? So, don't know. There's nothing to read on here other than Marvel Amazing Fantasy. Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Tales to Astonish, which that would be the Ant-Man. But, and it's got one more down here. So I guess that's something to look for, to make sure it's in there. And please be in here, Spider-Man. Please, 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 please. This package is in great shape, so I'm hoping so. Again, we have, oh, look, it's clear web again. The same as the other one. Cool. And then slide it back in. Wow. We have several pairs of hands. Get that out here. So that's cool. Then the little webbing from under his arms. So look at that. Spider-Man on out here. There we are. Very cool. Okay. So this is our last action figure. Put this back. Keep those for a second. And it looks great. Let's get closer here. Look at that. My goodness. This is a beautiful action figure. We have ab crunch here. And an extra little tilt. But, and this is where we turn. Again, I don't like turning at the rib cage. I'd rather turn down here. But I guess they're trying this out. Because look, it just doesn't line up well. But nonetheless, we do have butterfly joints here. Uh-oh. Not really coming too far forward, so I don't know how much it's helping. It helps some, I guess. See, the head moves a great amount back. Man, this is a beautiful head sculpt in the classic Spider-Man. The head sculpt really strikes me. Look at that. And tilts and turns really well. As far as the wrists, they turn back and forward. We have double joints at the elbow, and look how far in that comes. Oop, didn't mean to have him picking his nose. I'd like to say he's thinking, not picking his nose. Look at that. Or maybe holding a phone, even way back when. So that looks great. The colors are amazing. Definitely reminiscent. Look at that. Too bad he doesn't have that extra joint on his toes, but look at these great boots. The colors are amazing. Look at that. Man, those lines don't fully add up there, but the colors look amazing. Look at that. How do we have extra little pink bit on there? Okay, anyway, double joints at the knees. The legs go higher up than what would be for a 90-degree angle, so that's a great thing. So we can have great articulation. And oops, looks like my camera battery's gonna die, and I'm glad it gave me a warning so that I could plug it in. Goodness. Okay, so we have two sets. Well, we have two hands, so a pair of these. Look at that. We have a pair of these. We have a pair of these that could hold accessories, and then a pair of these fists. So as far as under his arms, I'm like, let's figure out where these would go. Let's see. This one has it. If his arms are out, let's see. His arms are out, it'd be that or that. So let's see. If it's this, And that looks like it's supposed to be this, right? Now you're gonna have to help me out here a little bit to make sure that that's how it's supposed to be. Like that, right? And then when the arm's down, I guess. Like, how do we even... Okay, there's a shape to fit in there. So this one would go here. Oh man, that's my stomach. And that would go in here, and it just kind of fell out. So, it's not really wanting to stay in there. Let's see the shape here. Cool, this one's staying in a little bit better. So that's cool. Why didn't this one want to stay in there? Let's try this again. Maybe I just didn't put it in right. Look at that. So that's cool. I'll take them out for now. It did stay pretty well. And then we should have the... Oh my god, I just popped his arm right off. Well, at least I'll know if this is the one that goes here. It sure looks like it. Look at that. There we go. And we'll pop this one in here. And that should take care of that. So, if I have these upside down, backwards, you know, feel free to let me know. Because this is how they made the most sense. And I didn't see any instructions. So, does that look about right? I hope so. Look weird from the back though. Okay, and how do we want him to be jumping through the air? There we go. Let's see what we can do here. Give me a second. Okay, let's try something, even though it's a classic Spider-Man, more of a, you know, a pose that we're more used to. So that looks pretty awesome if he was coming down and he had the web in his hand. Or shooting it out like that. I don't know if I'm super excited about this yet. Let's see. Maybe we'll just kind of do the same. Let's do that. That looks great to me. Let's put him in this little action stand. Uh-oh, falling out. So let's see, what can I do? I can move this on out like that and set him up. Alright. Let's move this up here. Let's get this out of here. And let's move our stealth suit Spider-Man out. Let's bring him in here. I mean, does that work or is it a little too crazy here? It's a great question. I don't know if he's too crazy right here. And then we can put stealth suit Spider-Man here. It works. It does work. It's just we need to find a nice little balance for everyone. Let's take a closer look. I don't know if his leg going in the opposite direction is what throws it off, but let me take one last final look at what I can do for this Spider-Man, because I love that pose. It just needs to be turned a little bit more. One more second. Alright, sorry about that, but in the end, I figured it just made for such a better composition. I liked the pose, just such a better composition with having Spider-Man here on the ground. You know what, let me lift his arm up just a bit more so that I can fill this empty space just a bit more. There we go. And so, looks absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. What did I tell you? Look at our two Spider-Men here. Isn't that absolutely incredible? So guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with us here today. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please follow us by hitting the subscribe button below. It's free. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Click on all notifications, turn them on, and share this video with anyone who you think would enjoy it by clicking the little share button. Give us a big thumbs up and talk to us in the comments about what you think of these incredible Spider-Man action figures. So, can't wait to see you on our next video, and we'll be seeing you soon, guys. Thanks for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.